We got our overall standings right here. TSM sitting at the top, Athletico in 20th, but it's still 6 more games of mix-up.
He is feeling, and now I know that you all have a healthy relationship with getting into the game. I don't see how that one connected, but we're just rolling with it anyway, Dan. Here we go, game number 7, but the first of the day here at the EXP Invitational Apex Legends presented by The Real Cost, and we're starting things off with your Game 6 winners from yesterday. It's Tempo Storm. They're going to one of my favorite areas on the map. It's the runoff. I love this spot.
Because it might be the case that, oh, we actually have some knocks here. Oh no, NRG in some trouble. We see Dizzy on the ground there, just Ace
Tempo
left alive, standing at this point, trying to handle this situation, but it seems very desperate. You see the door being blocked there by Moore as he'll try to keep the spots going, doing whatever he can from the ground, but it's Ace up on the roof here, dropping down now, trying to do the damage, but there's 2 players they will encounter, trying to dodge and weave and try to get that shield battery going. It is extremely desperate. Oh, the Peacekeeper comes out. The Wraith will pop the tactical, though, just to get out dodge in time. Ace is in here for a lot of trouble. Oh, nice drop. Can he get another one there? Pulls out the alternator, and he gets it. Great stuff from Ace, taking down Tempo early on, saving the day for NRG. That is so needed.
What? That is ridiculous! The roof here, Nastical. I can't believe he got that ambitious and went in for the challenge, but he's going to be the last one standing for his team, and he gets shredded. Liquid lost the positioning up above. He has nowhere to go. He found a player in front of him, and he gets down by Frexus. Frexus is still in this game for Cloud9, and now Sentinels have the high ground. Player squads remaining. They have this high ground. They have health as well. They can outlive this. They should be okay.
Yeah, and we've seen that the zipline can be really critically important when it comes to playing these end game circle situations, just having that verticality.
I just don't know if that's like a worthwhile investment to go in there and poke around for some of those boxes. Here it comes now. Decisions need to be made. Final few moments, 3 squads remaining. I'm assuming Frexus just got taken out, being that he was the last player left for Cloud9. You got Nagano, NRG. Here it comes, here it comes. Players are gonna have to move now. The preemptive portal to get them out. They're gonna go into the middle here. Here comes the fight now as Zoms. He's gonna take a lot of damage, but they're gonna be able to clear him out. Zoms gets the kill onto Dabsa. We're gonna have 2 squads remaining. Some ordnance now flying in. Oh, the humanity. It's Senux as well as Retzi inside of the mid. They can hold this one down for as long as they possibly can. Where's NRG? Where's Nagano in this engagement here? You got Senux, he's still in the fight. This is ridiculous because NRG is still in the game. They're looking right at each other, but they're on different parts of the high ground of the terrain. And he's gonna phase out to try and survive. You are invulnerable in that state, looking to clear it, and that is it. Champion has been crowned in Game 7. What a game that was. Insanity from start to finish, and that was a crazy end game circle there that we saw. Oh, and Sentinels pick up the win.
It's great, I think.
There's a guy over here. I think he's below.
Yeah. They're right below us.
Yeah, go on. Got theirs.
One's still in that corner.
70 on Donut.
One's on me. Hit him for
Up here, on the wall. Listen, on the wall. He's on the wall.
He's
right here.
on me.
I got him.
He's dead.
I'm gonna loot this guy. Cover me for a second.
Focus edge.
Shot's weak.
Yo, get that Watson's dead.
Chop's cracked, Chop place.
I might be able to get down to you. Where are you? I can't see you. Are you way bottom? Good try.
Names on the board. Sentinel sitting pretty at the top. NRG picking up 7 kills in that last match, but Team Liquid with 9 of them.
Yeah, that's really good for Sentinels, and the fact that they're able to open today, I feel like with their
Life,
Indeed
having a struggle right from the beginning.
Indeed, they did. And now we're going into game number 8 here, one step closer to determining who is going to be our winner and who will get themselves some gold here at the X Games. We got TSM. Or actually, this is not TSM. This is going to be Sentinels. But either way, it's Sentinels. That's TSM. Aberlelli, Imperial Hal, and Reps going to the cage to start it off right now. Tears through the shields. We're going to have a battle going on over here by the River Center. Dizzy, who fell out early in that last game. More connection from downtown. This is Athletico, who dropped on top of them here. Ace, he's going to be dangerously low, ends up getting dropped by Leon, who goes in for the cleanup. So that was the airship, which you see right at the river center, and they land on top of NRG. Certainly something that you do not think is going to happen in Apex, but you never know what you're going to get with those airships and where they're going to go. Dizzy dancing around the side alongside with more. This could be a clear for the OCE team and devastating for them in Game 8 because Game 7 did not fare off well. This is a squad that is sitting as far low as you could possibly get in the leaderboard right now. They're currently in 19th place, Space Station, the only team right below them. Not the start for Atletico that they wanted with that great Gen G. Living out all the way to the end game potentially. Could spell success for them. Cloud9 tucked away inside of this room. Similar territory from what they had last time. Peacekeeper connecting from a distance. That mid-range with the Peacekeeper. Frexes sends that Thermite out to give his teammates some kind of AoE protection. No, and he combines the shot with it. He's going to get himself up quickly because he has that gold knockdown shield that allows you to get back into the action as fast as possible. Needs to be careful not to get picked, though. Grego has to protect his teammate, but Grego goes down, and that's the end of the run for Cloud9.
Just about it. Going to be inside when that rank closes in, so they'll be on that position for a while, but it does seem like they could use some supply drops or something if there was to be a lifeline just to create some extra cover, because they're not badly exposed. My God, what a connection there. That is fantastic.
Time to push here. Drop is looking to drop bodies, and they have angles right above them, but a player's gonna creep up from the left side. Oh no, and Sweet Dreams has to run for his life, or else that would have been the end of the game for Rogue. What a play there. That player sweeping around the side. The Wraith catching him completely off guard.
One here, they're heavily out of position. We looked at this earlier and we were saying how they're going to have problems gaining the ground there with teams covering their positions as they try to move forwards. And indeed, now comes the grenades as well. Big damage done to Zerg. They have to make the run. There is no other choice here. Trying to pop the portal there, trying to get out of dodge, but it's looking very difficult. T1 under fire, no cover. Here comes the finish. Here comes the defense. Can they make it work? T1 Kurt's trying to do everything he can, but it's not enough. The Wraith managed to get out of there. Zerg, you can see he's still up. Can he make it happen though? There are still 10 squads remaining.
Gets right inside of this small room. Him, a beacon, and a Mozambique. You know you ain't gonna pick that up, but I think the context there is funny in itself. 10 squads remaining, 25 players left in this fight. What a rough engagement for T1. In that corner, shot on Wifes there. Abralelli, what a wingman from that player. Again, continuing to connect for 43 damage, cracking the shields. And a Mastiff for his trouble. That could be nice for TSM. Liquid back in familiar territory with the high ground like we saw in Game 7.
Absolutely, they are loving that high ground. They worked it so well previously. They find themselves in the same position, ready for the success there with that high ground. And everyone's pretty low there. Flanker's in good shape, dropping down, and this is an issue. Got sniped down a Resi from Reciprocity here, causing problems as Liquid now struggle. They had no idea what they were moving into, and that is something that they're going to have to regret.
Reciprocity need to make a decision here. They have to start moving. They have that ring right in front of them. And okay, so you got sniped down in the room. So this is what I was saying, right? It's time to make some choices, gear up. The problem, TSM though are in a great spot.
Yeah, they are. They really are, and especially with having like Aureleti with that Mastiff, using that grapple, he can get really close in your face and just hit you straight from above with that Mastiff. It's going to be enormously damaging. It'll be a great way for them to engage. TSM be working their way forwards gradually, but we've got Lazarus now trying to gain some, or rather keep their position. They have some decent high ground here.
This is their game to win, by the way, DDK, with the high ground, with the circle in their favor. They just need to be mindful about Reciprocity moving around this dropship because they're right under them. Oh, he's getting, oh no! Zaz, he doesn't even know where the shots are coming from. And Kashira connects, beautifully done. But Smithy J had to get pushed back from that. That was TSM on the push. Abralelli is gonna make Hook still suffer for that. Kashira looking for the shot, but it's gonna slip away from Lazarus yet again. They had the prime positioning, but TSM simply had their number. And I think Kashira might actually run into a snipe down in Reciprocity unless they were already wiped away in this game. Oh, that's such a heartbreaker for Lazarus again.
And here you can see just how powerful Abraleli is. Out comes the Mastiff! There's no way you're going to be able to deal with that one. 133 damage, one shot, no chance. Absolutely shut out. Abraleli will push forwards again with the rest of his team as they battle, as they vie for position here. And it doesn't seem like there's really much left for them to do here. The ball is well and truly in their court.
He's going in! He's going in for it with the Mastiff! What a madman! Kick the door down, live your best life, and just clear them out with the Mastiff. They're tucked inside of that room, and they can't go anywhere. But Snipe Down trying to watch the angle here at the doorway. DDK needs to heal up. It's just him and 0-0 going up against 3 members of TSM.
The buckshots, only 3 buckshots remain for the Mastiff, but 1 for every player. And it's going to be difficult to bust through here, but you can see they're working their way through methodically, taking down these electric fences. The defense comes in with the ordinance, but TSM, they don't look like they will be denied for too much longer. The Grim Reaper's coming for you, and there it is, the Mastiff around the corner, looking to finish it off. The humanity of the situation, they wanted to go for it. They could have waited it out, but TSM, they have no mercy.
And Zed, guys, right now. Bro, come, he's one shot, he's one shot.
I hit him another 12, good shit.
Get that finish. Does he have a blue armor?
Yeah, he does.
Grabbing it?
Oh.
No, you went through, Keep pushing.
Other one's weak.
Keep pushing.
Yeah, just push.
They're all the way out here.
Tried another.
Life or back one.
Yep.
Swing.
Yep.
Watson down. Another team.
Find this guy in the corner over here.
Broke armor. He's one shot.
I got his armor.
I beamed one, downed one, come with me. Headshot the other. Nice, good job. Interesting.
Yeah, good try.
TSM pulling ahead once again with those placements and a nice number of eliminations.
Yeah, but shout out to Reciprocity. The fact that they actually had 11 kills, that was enough.
Pretty huge credit to TSM to actually pull out the second one being the first team to actually do that. And we're also seeing sort of, validation towards the strategy, the approach that they use. And, Wade was mentioning it there on the desk as well, just the fact that they are always #1 priority is the rotations. It's making sure that they're in the center way before everybody else.
Yeah.
And even if it's at the cost of having worse gear.
Not so much. They are in that tiny little room, and then Lazarus is looking to push into this fight, get into the safe zone. They have to run into these players, disable that electric fence, and make their way inside. Some ordnance going to be flying in. Kashera's going to dodge it. He's got that flatline out, connects with a few shots, forcing him back. And these players trying to hold them off, but once you lost that fence, they needed to get away from there, get to safe cover, give themselves a fighting opportunity here. Lazarus utilizing nature at its finest with this tree. They got to get out of here. They're in the open air, and they're exchanging shots back and forth, but finally he's going to go down. Smithy J, not looking good for Lazarus.
Yeah, there's only one way forward, and that's to fight, and you can see that they are having problems here because it's 2 teams. In fact, you got Liquid and you got some action there coming out of the likes of NRG, so there's problems all over the place now as players try to jockey for this position towards this next circle. Life is looking quite difficult here, but you can see Team Liquid don't look to be in too bad of a shape, but they'll lose Flanker, and that's some good damage coming in from Nastical. And Casper will take down post-kill, so they are managing to hold on here, but they are quite exposed and in the open, and I'm imagining there's going to be a lot of third partying coming in here. You can see Health taking down Kashira as well on the kill feed, so there are fights brewing all over the place.
Yeah, and NRG is going to be in a scuffle as well against TSM, the #1 team. NRG looking to clear out this small shack that TSM had, and they managed to eliminate TSM from this battle. This will not be a 3-time victory. Oh, they still, okay, so we were told in back, TSM still has 1 guy left, but even then, it is not looking good here for TSM.
I think
Imperial How.
Okay, Imperial How. We saw that Abraleli just got eliminated as well. Now this is interesting. We see that TSM have so far been very good at dealing with these horrible situations. Imperial How's going in. They still have a slither of health, trying to get an elimination there. That's maybe the last thing that he can really play for here. Going for placement will be very difficult. And there comes the Ordnance as well. He has to dodge that. Can he get some more armor there? It's just a level 1, but it will do just anything that he can possibly get as he cowers in the corner, just trying to buy time, trying to get that sustain in to be able to do something here. Is he going to play for eliminations? Is he going to try and go for placement? Starting to pot up, and we can see as Cloud9 here in a little bit of trouble. Straight through the corner, nice shot comes out. Clutch Peacekeeper in action, and CLG having problems as Cloud9 defends.
They do manage to get at least one killer. There's another one on Madness. CLG is out of here. Grego has to bring his teammate back alive, but he won't be able to in the frustration as T1's BCJ is the one responsible for that one. Oh, Sentinels in this matchup still, though, DDK. They get a few boxes so they can loot up, get ammunition, maybe get some ordnance as well, some nades, some arc stars, anything that can work in their favor. CLG utilizing the coverage here from this downward hill.
4 armors on all the players. They're all healthy. There's not much pressure coming in on top of them, and this is the problem with these shacks. If you're going to be carrying inside of them, these roofs are amazing to hold, to apply the pressure.
He's got digital threat too, so he can see where the outline of the player would be and then go for the shot with that wingman. His teammates giving him the coverage. Look at this open terrain to mess around with. This is going to be utter madness here. You're going to see players just throwing everything at the wall, hoping that something sticks. T1's going to wrap around the side here. I believe this is NRG that's still going to be tucked away inside. And it's actually Sentinels does get the down on Zerg. Kurt's going to go down courtesy of Wipes. You got different teams that are engaging in these battles, and BCJ is going to bring his teammate back into this fight as quickly as he can, thanks to that lifeline, the shield, the coverage that you get out of that one.
Yeah, that was a great call.
That
because
was Alliance in there.
Alliance couldn't push them. Alliance maybe would have wanted to. They knew how much damage they did to T1, but they know as well there's other teams aiming on top of that shack. They can't move. And so it's actually a great call to go for the resurrection there. And we'll see. Still 6 squads left in that forest circle. It starts to close in, and it is getting very tight here. Xenox, Zoms and Retzi on the roof looking for the spot here to maybe drop in it and finish off these players. They are looking so geared up for a great finish here.
Sentinels still have the high ground coverage. Players need to make decisions and move out, and you should start to see bodies drop. Misfits, Lacido, he's taking a bunch of damage, needs to dial it back, pop that shield battery and give him a moment to breathe here. He needs to go back inside because the thermite nade was chunking away at his shields that he had just tried to regain. This is where things slow down just for a moment. The calm before the storm. Fnatic still have 2 members left alive. Muffins poking around, looking for some shots, but they're right there, right at the side of the ring, DDK. 6 squads remain still in this fight.
Yeah, that next circle right in the middle. It's going to be quite interesting to see how that works out for these teams. They're going to have to make a mad dash. It seems like a stalemate at this point. It's so hard to attack into the shacks. It's so hard to get out of them. But there's going to be a moment when everybody has to just bundle on top of that central position where that next circle will be. And surely it's going to be Sinox as the Sentinels here that should be able to make that work. They still have the best positioning, and they'll go in for the fire, the verticality really paying off for them.
There's no reason for Sentinels to abandon this position, at least not right now. Those players, they have that fence there, so Sentinels can't go in for the fight against them. But just the fact that we have so many squads still remaining, 14 players still alive in this game with nowhere to run and barely anywhere to hide. Players are literally on top of each other here. BCJ and Zerg, they can sniff the deodorant that the other one put on this morning. That's how close they are to one another.
And this has to be a Sentinels victory, as you said. They have to win this. They have absolutely everything going in their favor. Som's taking a bit of damage, but he'll be able to get that up in no time. And we're going to be seeing that circle closing in 10 seconds, Alex. In 10 seconds, madness will be brewing.
Madness so much so that we're looking at the death screens there. He's just waiting this one out. What is the choice here? What does he do? He's got to wait this one out. He timed it perfectly. And here he goes. He's going to push out. What is happening? This is just utter madness. They're inside of the shack, and now things are starting to heat up here, but we're looking at some of the squad screens, and they have been eliminated. Lucido's going to be in the middle, and it seems like Misfits could have the day here. They take out a few more players, dropping down in front of them. Misfits with that disruptor, throwing all the shots they possibly can. Shiny gets eliminated, and it's going to be Xenox who gets the kill, and it appears to be that Sentinels have managed to pull off another win. We need official confirmation, but this was crazy, a crazy ending there, jumping between so many different shots, and based on the smiles on their face, Sentinels have managed to pull off a second win here today. To yourself, there's an opportunity for us to go after the top dog in the lobby. But here we go, game number 10. We just have 3 more left, and then we are gonna crown your gold, silver, and metal, bronze medalist. You hear me? It's all gonna be metal. Anyway, moving forward, this is it, folks. The pressure is on, and Sentinels winning 2 games today. They're doing it in style. They're looking to get them some medals. Haha.
Market, there's lots of awesome fights and elevation and lots of action in the caves, which we're about to go into.
Yeah, we also saw a few kills registered in the action feed to the right side too. CLG would receive the worst end of that one. Lowly onto Nicewig too, so that's 2 players down. But TSM's going to be in this fight here. Smoke's out, so that means a Bangalore is in play. We've been seeing Bangalore a lot today, and Bangalore has that passive that when she's taking fire, she can run away faster, which will allow her to disengage quicker. Reps spots the enemies there, does manage to land a few shots onto some individuals. Another one around the corner. That's going to be Kyrie from Complexity. Moving in for another one is Abralelli. Goodbye, Complexity. But the fight continues here, DDK.
Yeah, it's not over just yet. Another party coming in to try and ruin their day. TSM unable to get the gear. And it might actually just be stolen away. I mean, a familiar sight. Lazarus sniping from the high ground. We see it time and again. They love it, like ducks to water, and they will be holding on to this for some time. And again, so frustrating for TSM.
Positioned for the time being. Gone over to Misfits, who have a player right in front of him. That's going to be, I think it was a Wraith that had to disengage from the fight. Lucido's going to go in, but he doesn't have any shields. Needs to be careful, tags that player, and then cracks the shields of that one individual. In the thread, you see Silk Thread is going to be out of this one, gets killed, so that is 15 squads remaining. Lucido still alive, but his teammates are going to be out of this. There's LG down low. It's Chipsy who ended up suffering the end of that one that I'm sure he would have liked to have taken back on that play. And up above, Lucido owning this high ground. Great shots with the R301. Trying to hit the long range. No! He hit the longest range of that Peacekeeper. Oh, that's done. Sometimes, man, I can't even with it. Players all receiving 2 points for their placement, and whatever they get on the eliminations. Also reciprocity showing up in the feed. Brett finds one in front of him. The R301's gonna go out, and they're gonna wipe the floor there with Smithy J and Kashera. Goodbye. You are not gonna be in this game much longer. We got 8 squads remaining here.
Yeah, the damage is not done just yet. We see the Mastiff once again onto Abralelli. Everyone's getting in on the party, in on the action here. Everyone's on the ground crawling around this. The door is getting blocked from both sides. Imperial How and Reps are still up though, so you do favor TSM in this situation, but they're desperately hoping no one comes into third party this. But here we go, Imperial How will get dropped. It's up to Reps now here for TSM to keep the action alive for his team as he looks for the moment to push in. And there's the rest of the shield, and the third party comes in. Where did Team Liquid come from? Casper makes an appearance at the worst time for TSM.
And that is the problem with that electric fence from Watson. It went up right at the nick of time and gave them enough protection. They didn't get the, oh, what a shot there from Nastical. But it didn't give them the kill, but it let them stay and fight for another day. This could be that day. Sentinels again over at the high ground, needs to heal up. Needs to also avoid that thermite nade. Goodbye to that beacon. You're not going to get any more of that trophy system, the ordnance, which would allow you to be protected by any nades that fly in your direction. Nagano 1998 are still going to be in the action as well. 7 squads remain.
Yeah, it's definitely getting very scary at this point. There's so much action. It's such an exposed area, the center of the circle. Just these small buildings to work from. As indeed we see Nagano trying to hold up by this truck here, by this just small amount of cover that they have to work with. They'll do what they can, and the attack comes in, and Mastiff connects. Big damage from that Mastiff. You can't deny it. Down on the floor again, Dowser tries to keep himself alive, but Nagano from 2 sides will get crushed.
That is rough there, and you see the gold shield went out, so they know that they just got to take that guy out, and then that team's going to get wiped. Zombs is getting the kills. Sentinels still have players in this game, and they have the safe zone, but it comes down to these final moments. 4 squads remain. I saw 0-0. Reciprocity was in this game, so another high placement for them. But Sentinels, what's going on today? I said on Twitter, what did they eat for breakfast? Because I want whatever they're having, but they keep on making it to end games like this.
Everyone has a Mastiff. There's so many Mastiffs in play right now. It's unreal. So much damage on those close range engagements. And we see how tight it's getting now with the circle. And these 4 squads left. A moment of calm. they're in the eye of the storm here, Alex.
So it's Fnatic, then Sentinels, and then NRG, I saw Dizzy in them, and we got to find in Team Liquid. So those are the 4 squads that are left. As far as who has the player advantage, Team Liquid, high ground, and they still have players up. Level 3 shields as well. Sentinels have all 3 players up, but they are right against that ring. Nowhere for them to go. Alternator on the ready. It's going to shoot a couple laser beams, and it actually punishes that player who went in to try and challenge the fight.
Yeah, the attachments that alternator is loaded up to the max. That is very problematic for anyone coming against Sentinels. And again, not the best positioning in the world, but they do have the cover to work with. If only there were some grenades to be tossed down here by Team Liquid, but they won't be able to find that. They'll just have to rely on the snipers here, the longbow, trying to defend against those peaks.
They're going to have to move eventually. They're going to have to move eventually. And guess what? It comes in 15 seconds. This is Team Liquid's game here. With the high ground and all the angles, this is it. 10 seconds, Dan, and we're going to find our winner in game 10 because there ain't going to be anyone left standing.
It's going to be that mad dash once again to the tiniest of circles that you could possibly imagine to fit 4 squads. Who is going to come out on top? We'll have to find out. The Masters are still in play here as well. I'm not sure if that's going to give an advantage or not in such a crazy situation. As the circle starts to close, everyone pushing in. It's absolute madness here. Somsa's going to go down straight away. And here comes the dive from the high ground. Team Liquid. How much damage can they do here? Everyone's crawling around once again. So much dodging and weaving. And the punches are out. And Retzi gets the kill. Did they manage to do it? Team Liquid.
Won again!
Sentinels, what on earth are they doing?
I cannot believe it. They won again. 3 victories for Sentinels, and 2 of those were back-to-back. This is a team, the first team to make it to Apex Predator in Season 2 of Apex Legends. They are known as a frag-heavy team, and dare I say, a lot of people coming into this event said that they do not have what it takes to hang with these pro teams because all they do is just hunt pubbers in the lobbies, but not today. This has been a dominating performance for Sentinels, and I tell you what, man, what a week this organization is having because they've been on fire.
The players, are they communicating enough? Well, I got to hold that thought, I guess, because I could talk about it all day.
There we go.
Back into it, Golden Boy.
Man, okay. You know what? I did not know, and now I know. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking with us here. This is the EXP Invitational Apex Legends presented by The Real Cost here at X Games Minneapolis. This is your second to last game of the day. We're looking at Sentinel.
They're sort of minding their own business over there and by the watchtower, and NRG are going to find themselves near this bunker. And once again, NRG in these early game engagements, even 8 is fantastic in these positions, but they're simply too much logically, doing a lot of damage there. Space Station getting in on the action here, making NRG's life an absolute hell.
And this is Space Station just trying to be competitive in this game. They have been struggling so far to keep in the competition. More, though, might be the one to shut this push down from Space Station Gaming. Ace and Dizzy out of action. Down, but not out quite yet. And More waiting for this res here. He's going to pick up his teammates, and there goes the push now, along with the Havoc, and he gets the elimination. All 3 members down. Oh, NRG are out of here. These game, though, I want to talk to them at the end of this event and get their thoughts on like what happened, because if they manage to have the games of their lives and I think kill everyone in the lobby, maybe they can get into the top 10. But as it stands right now, they're so far low. I think they're currently sitting in, I think it's like 16th or 17th place. And now in a fight here, once again, they're going to get challenged in front of him. His player is going to go down. It's T1. It's Zerg who goes in for the engagement, and Zerg gets the better of Madness. BCJ goes down. Nice Wing, one of the only other controller players in this game, isn't connecting with the wingman shots, unfortunately for him, as he sees his teammate go down, and CLG is out again. T1 pushed in and shoved their faces into the dirt. More so than others, like Fnatic, having the intel to know where that next ring is going to land. Here's Reciprocity as well. And I want to stick with them for a little bit. They're in 3rd place. They're in that bubble, and Mimu doesn't care. He's going in for it. Finds him outside of the ring. He's chasing him down. He's going to continue to commit to this battle. 0-0 also found a player. That was Rex. This is going to be Cloud9. Is he going to hit the shot? Mimu, oh, what a shot there, Grego, my ego. It ain't going to happen for you, buddy. Mimu with the longbow and the skull piercer. Good night.
Absolutely savage, that bloodthirsty stuff there from them. And I mean, this is such good news for the likes of Reciprocity. They need those every single point here. They're in such a good position to maybe steal away the win, steal away the lead from the likes of TSM. But speaking of which, T1, they're not quite in as good of a position on the scoreboard as Reciprocity, but they can absolutely gain some serious placement if they are to have a good start here. And you can see them on the high ground here. There will be some shots thrown their way, but they're in a pretty good spot. They need to push forwards now to get into more cover and get closer towards the center of that circle.
Getting shot from the left, also getting shot from behind. T1 disengaging from this battle. I understand we got Wade standing by in the control room to let us know what he's seeing out there. Hey, the wherewithal to drop down low, take advantage of the creature that is above them, and just wait this one out. That was brilliant. Brilliant play there from them. TSM now on your screen. Imperial, Hal, Abralelli. There goes the push. And then here's the L-Star. Hey, you said it was butt cheeks. Abralelli has something else to tell you because Moose is going to feel the pain there. And then flying in. Oh, no. There you go. The Massive now again. It goes out. He's stunned, and TSM, they're out of this one. The squad has been eliminated by T1, so the #1 team in the lobby is out of the game, DDK.
But they're on the low grounds, Alex.
Yeah, they are. They are on the low ground. The shots are connecting, though. Look at this. They're tucked in that position that TSM was in when they won their game yesterday. Right underneath that zip line up to the top. Getting shot from above, too. There's no space for them to move around with here. Zoms has to be careful. Gets out of that nade distance and won't take damage. Senox is out of this. Players looking at him from above. Zoms needs to punish them if they try and overextend. Does he go up? Does he try and deal with this? He has to heal up. He doesn't have shields. Fretzy's also going to be feeling the hurt here as he's down but not out. It's all up to Zoms for Sentinel. Is he going to be the difference maker? As he tries to grapple up, but he won't be able to get out of there. And he's getting chunked by the outer ring. And that is going to be the run there for both teams. I think it was Reciprocity and Sentinels go down. So all the top contenders are out of this game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. We see Mimu still doing some damage though, and so I wonder if Mimu is still up and down. Also Snipe Down, also getting some drops as well. So Reciprocity are still in this one. They are the last standing top 3 team doing the damage, and they look absolutely stacked to the teeth here. And although to get those kills, they drop to the low ground, which could be a problem. There's no way up. They have to take a zipline to get up. That is an awful position to be in because they can be teams just waiting for them up top.
I couldn't be more happy to be corrected in this case. Reciprocity still in the action, and Rogue, they're going to get out. They're out of there. They're not going to worry about Reciprocity. As it stands is TSM at #1, Sentinels at #2. They're out of the game. Reciprocity at #3, and they still are going to be fighting. Actually, he ran into a player there right in the corner. Mimu had to get out. He had to get out. He did not want to have to deal with that. 0-0 in turn takes out Sweet Dreams. So Rogue is out. Top 5 now. Fnatic managed to stay in this one, and they're going to get some placement points just for hiding in a corner. You can't blame them for that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, that Pathfinder, your ability to swing up into these players who are now trying to use those nooks and crannies in this weird elevated position to try to stay alive, and indeed, these zip lines trying to set up that late game with the zipline success. We've seen it so many times.
Oh, they're going to go up and meet each other. Lazarus and Temple Storm are going to go up and meet. They're going to run right into one another, but they jump down over onto the ledge over here, finding 2 players in front of them. Who's it going to be? Right in front, dancing around. The wingman's out, but he's not connecting with anything. Smithy J is finally going to connect against 0-0, and that's Reciprocity up above. 3 squads remain here in this scuffle. This mad dash for the middle. Snipe Down gets the kill. He's still at a vertical base and going to keep Reciprocity in this game. They're in top 3 now, Dan.
Yeah, we see Lazarus here just barely surviving. It seems extremely difficult, but somehow they managed to get snipped up. But it's Postkill now. It's all on his shoulders as the circle comes in. Postkill still doing damage, still with health. Gets rid of that fence as he looks to maybe push forwards here. Trying to capitalize on his engagement as he lays down waves from above. Postkill, will he go for the drop here? Trying to finish players off, trying to stay in cover. Goes for the fight, and he is sorely disappointed. What a result there for Tempo Storm.
They're playing on great equipment. It all boils down to this. We're wasting no time, folks. It's the final match here at X Games, and we're starting with your Game 11 winner, Tempo Storm. But let's discuss what we saw there with the standings, DDK. So much to take away from that. And that is going to be the end of their run. As it stands, though, Reciprocity, they have their backs against that ring. 19 squads remain. Pressure's on for TSM, Reciprocity. Oh, they found a player. That was AKU up above. He just got called out, and now he's gonna get cleaned up here.
Yeah, that's not good news for Nagano, of which AQ belongs to. But as far as Reciprocity are concerned, a nice little extra number to tally on their total kills as they push forward to this one and look confident. Nice damage there coming in from Snipe Down. Is there anybody to try to push to finish that one off? Looks like 0-0 needs to hang on for the moment. So as a team, they can't really move forward. So looks like they're going to just relax for the time.
Snipe Down. Walking around here in the inside. They're just playing slow. They have to slow down. 0-0. He's losing health. He needs the support of his teammates as soon as possible. He's going to be there for the pickup. 0-0 us go down. And that was on top of the rooftop. Is this going to happen? Is this the end of Reciprocity's run here at the X Games? It's T1 that is up above. They down 0-0. And if there's one team you simply do not want to run into here, it's T1. But he gets on top, Mimu. He has no fear. They're going to down one. Snipe Down gets it down on both Kurt and Zerg. That is why you have a guy like Snipe Down in your team, because he puts up results time and time again. Only one member, BCJ, is going to be the one left alive here for T1. Isn't enough though. Snipe Down goes down. BCJ was the one that popped up in front of him. He needs his teammate. There goes the fire though. Mimu sends BCJ running, and he needs to survive this. This could be the end for either team here. Who's going to come out on top? Reciprocity dancing around. Mimu cleaning up these players, but his teammate comes in for the support. BCJ forcing Mimu to go back here, get for the high ground if you can, and give yourself the advantage right in front of him. He cracks him for 82. BCJ is out of here. Oh, Mimu, what a clutch play. He keeps Reciprocity in it. I need to breathe. Oh, my word.
It's a good thing you got me here. I got you, buddy. Almost for what they would have expected. At least they can walk with their heads high that they belong. And speaking of belonging, Sentinels have carved their own space in this tournament and looking to make it look very, very savage indeed. That's nice wig down to CLG.
Or it could be right in the wide open. That's a strong possibility.
Grenades not safe here. Frag out.
Grenades flying in. Xenox, giving his teammate some coverage. Kraber's out. Is he lining it up? Looking for the shot, gets chunked by the outside. Has to be careful about the ring. Does not hit the target though. Only a few more shots remain. CLG is eliminated. That is the end of their run here. Retzi in a dangerous spot. No health remaining and using shield cells to get him back into the fight. Peacekeeper's going to come out here for Zombs, who gets hurt as well. He's got to run away right through this portal, dancing around it. Xenox giving his teammate some coverage with the Kraber. And they're still in this game. They're still in it. And this has like kind of been the theme of Sentinels. You get to the edge of defeat, and somehow they manage to pull it off.
That's such an important shot missed there. That Kraber, it could be used to buy a lot of space and time. If you hit one of those shots, that's one player that has to take cover. That buys so much time for you. And I agree. How the hell are they still alive here?
I don't get it.
It's such a desperate position. Casino trying to work this. They had teams actually trying to pressure them, trying to push on top of them, trying to finish them with that committed engagement. But still, they stand. But they got to find a way out of this position. The ring's about to close, Golden Boy.
Yeah, they don't have a choice. They need to start moving, and the ring is going to hurt them a lot. Zombs looking around with that Peacekeeper. Connection on one, connection on another. Then he's going to bust out that alternator with the Disruptor, gets knocked down. Retzi's there to support him. It's Genji. These three players are so familiar with one another here. These two squads, I should say. Retzi gets out. Xenox is going to be right behind him. He's taking shots from the side. He has to dip out of there and slide down this hill as quickly as he can. Is this going to be the end of Sentinel's run? Xenox, he's going to get tagged, and he's going to go down. And that is leaving Retzi, the lone man standing. Finds one in front of him. He needs to reload his weaponry, but Sentinels are out of here. And that's Ace with the cleanup. Reciprocity are still in the game, Dan.
Yeah, they absolutely are. That was such a close effort, and Reciprocity able to defend it. Look at the top right of the screen. Everyone's going down at this point. 12 squads are remaining, but most importantly, Reciprocity are still in position. They are stabilizing between a wall and the gas. It is not a good look, but it is good enough to keep them alive just for a moment longer, just for at least another play as they look to try to find their way forwards into a better position. And back against the circle as well is Tempo Storm. Another team still in it, still ready to take that top 3 finish.
Assert is getting chunked though, losing a lot of health, needs to be careful. Complexity is eliminated. Solve playing the angle game, does not have a scope on that wingman. Would love to have that one back. Would love to get themselves one-time or digital threat on that bad boy, and a long way to go to the safe zone, as well as reciprocity. They have to traverse all the way through water treatment, and if you're keeping up with the struggle, this is the definition of it, people, because they have such a long way to go.
Fnatic's still in that building because they have been fortunate enough.
They've been
if
there the whole game.
Yeah, they were there like after the first like 5 minutes.
TSM
and we
is
see
still in it.
TSM, absolutely, TSM lurking around looking for that opportunity. We heard them say one of the things that is the strongest for them as a team that they identify with is good shot calling, but they also hit the shots too.
Exactly. You're going to need that in this level of play in Apex Legends. Assert went for a few shots there with the Disruptor on the alternator. Solve is chasing a player down with the EVA, and he's going to get him there against Frexus. He's out. He's down. Is there going to be another one there from Cloud9 to give him some backup, give him some coverage? Assert's going to lose his shield. The lifeline goes right in front of him, and Tempo Assert is down. It's all up to Solve, who fails out of the fight there. Does not have a hope. He had to leave the battle. He needed to leave his teammates. He could not stay up in this fight. The ring is continuing to close on in. Solve did not get an opportunity, and it's Help there who takes him out, and that is the end of Tempo Storm. But TSM, Reciprocity, still in this game, but Reciprocity are losing players here. TSM are in this one, Dan.
And it looks like C9 have actually come onto the position of Fnatic, who are dug in also. So it looks like nobody's safe in this position. But TSM, they've worked themselves in. And there it goes, throwing his sail through the air. And Mimu's down. Imperial Howl with the frag, and there are huge problems now. Reciprocity, they're out of the action, but TSM still need to close things down. They can't afford to go down in this position.
What a heartbreaker for Reciprocity. They go down in the game. Mimu sniped down, I think zero. We have to get tabs on. I don't want to say anything definitive quite yet, and I'm sure our production in the back will let us know. But as it stands, TSM are in a great position to win this game. And if they win it, that is it. It is curtains. I cannot see anyone else in the points racking up and getting close to TSM with how far ahead them and Reciprocity as well as Sentinels were.
Indeed, and we see Fnatic as they've given up their position. They got up one of the players that did fall, which was Shiny previously, I believe, and they have that elevation. And TSM still just edging their way forwards. You can see how incredibly methodical they are. Every time we tune into that position, they're not trying to take, they're not trying to bully their way into spots that are super fortified, like where Fnatic have classically been. They've just been working their way position by position, inch by inch, and now they find themselves here, and they just have a small amount of space to work with, but they look secure for the time being.
They're gonna have to make some decisions here. Overpowered down Placido. Misfits only have one more player left, and that's Help, the one standing for the Misfits. The corner takes the body. Oh, what a shot there, but ain't gonna happen. Frexus is there for the kill. Fnatic up above him, looking. Here comes the longbow. No scope, no problem. LG's in the action too, getting some kills. That was against Cloud9.
New kill leader.
4 squads left, and we still haven't seen Fnatic and TSM encounter one another. You can see Luminosity here trying to just find some safe haven to recover, to bandage themselves up after these fights that have been so difficult to deal with. And Fnatic, they're still sitting pretty with that elevation. And I don't think Luminosity are going to move for a while here. You can see TSM found some elevation of their own, but they actually need to find their way out of this position eventually. It's not the safest. And coming in from below, nice stuff there. What a response. Athletico's Leon is going to go down, and Albralele is going to finish off Knockady as well and say goodbye to the Aussies.
Yeah, Athletico were the 4th team in this battle. You got Fnatic, LG, they're squaring off against one another here. And then TSM inside of the house. Bullet, goodbye. Great effort there by the Aussies, by the OCE qualifiers, but it was not meant to be. Spirit, this is literally the same exact ring that we saw earlier on, and it is all coming down to this. Fnatic have high ground. They have coverage, they have angles, everything that you could possibly want. They got the zip line out too, so they could dance on the zip line, have one player up above to give them some coverage. TSM, Luminosity, and Fnatic, a who's who in competitive Apex, the top organizations in the world against one another here, and it's all boiling down to the final few moments, Dan.
Absolutely, and TSM, they're going to feel confident. They're going to reassess their position. They know they have less pressure on their shoulders. They know that they may have done enough. I'm sure they've been doing the math before coming into this game. They knew what they had to do, and they are about to finish it all off. They just have to have one more good final finish. The only issue is Fnatic for that, and hey, you know what? TSM, they've done some crazy stuff before, Alex. Can't put it past them this time as well.
Very, very likely. Players start to creep on out. Fnatic with the high ground. ArcStars are out. Should be connecting with some folks here. Muffin's waiting for anyone to come out from underneath this bridge. And here we go. The ring, it's going down. And this is where players are going to dance around on top of the zip line. And the ArcStars are flying through, though. Shiny gets 2 down. He phases out. He won't be taking any damage here. He's inside the safe area. And Shiny, along with 3 members of Fnatic, still going to be in this game here. Right outside, and Fnatic get the last win. But it was against TSM, and hugs for the team because they know that they did enough to pick up the victory.
Absolutely. Great stuff from Fnatic. We saw the grenade play. We haven't actually seen enough of exactly that kind of a play. That was one of the most masterful and controlled ways we've seen those final circles played. But as you said, Alex, TSM from start to finish, and that's how it had to be, have been so consistent, and they are the team that have been the most impressive. You do have to throw props there to Fnatic. They had some fortune on their side. After the first 5 minutes, they had a great position, but they kept playing that position.
I'm cracking a bunch of them. I'm in circle now.
Just the Wraith.
Look above us. Oh, the Wraith is down.
Nice.
Let's go,
Good
boys.
fucking win, boys.
We've got our standings from this last match. Fnatic, of course, on top with a very reasonable number of eliminations, but nothing too much to set them apart from the pack here.
Yeah, and there you see TSM earning them consistent squads. What is it here?
I'm doing the drum roll! TSM on the top! Looks like we have got our final results here, Dreadnought. You want to read them out for me?
We got TSM with 125 points. Our first place team, but Reciprocity only with 5 behind it. Sentinels, no surprise, raking in the 3rd place. But look at this. Fnatic with their win gets the 4th place spot over.
Congratulations to all 3 of you yet again. Team Reciprocity with the silver medal, but only one can get the gold, and it's going to go to none other than Team Solo Mid.